What's going on, guys? My name is Neath, or you can call me Adam, and today I'm going to be taking you through the Abyssal Commander Sivara fight on the normal difficulty for the first tanking guide on this new channel. As far as tanking goes in normal, this fight's rather straightforward. How I'd usually do it is I would stand both the tanks in front of the boss, but pivot them off side to side slightly, because you both have opposite debuffs, and in higher difficulties this will be a problem if your tanks are stacking, because it'll start triggering AoE, which can be very pressureful to healers. So basically you just want to stand almost in a little V shape from the boss. You'll get two debuffs, one Frostmark and the other Toxic Brand. Frostmark's the first one I'll cover. It'll give you a debuff which ticks every 1 second with a baseline of 1745 damage roughly. As this debuff stacks, you'll suffer higher and higher amounts of ticking damage until the stack drops, which I'll cover in a second. The Toxic Brand, however, is slightly different, as this debuff does ticking damage every 5 seconds at a baseline of 8717 roughly, and again ramping up when receiving further applications, and also reduces the healing you receive by 5%, which is also a stacking percentage debuff. Depending on your gear quality, the knowledge of the class you're playing, you'll want to make it so that the amount of stacks that you are taking is manageable. For example, in this fight I was playing my Protection Warrior, who's not my strongest tank, so I decided that 5 stacks would be enough. You game stacks while the boss is attacking you, and if the boss isn't attacking you, your job is to follow what we do in the video and go and drop your debuff on the outer corners of the room to avoid the room being cluttered in further phases of the fight or as the fight progresses. And basically the boss will also cast a spell called Inversion, which would be a beneficial time for the raid to spread, but only spread ever so loosely, because your mark can change, and as a tank, if your mark changes, all you want to do is just swap the side that you're standing on. So in this fight I don't believe my debuff changed at all, but just keep that in mind in case, because on heroic difficulties or even on normal I'm sure it can happen. One thing for everybody to avoid is the overwhelming barrage, where the boss will start a quite lengthy cast, so it should give people more than plenty of time to move accordingly, as the boss charges half and half, like a spell of ice and poison. The poison players need to stand on the side of the poison projectiles, and the same for the Frostmark players to stand near the frost projectiles. Taking damage from a projectile matching your mark is far better than taking damage from the opposite, as on heroic or higher this can potentially trigger a wipe and you won't be too popular. Basically, that just about covers it for today's guide, guys, for the Abyssal Commander. If you found the video informative, then please do leave a like, maybe even comment if you have any further questions to ask me about this encounter that I haven't answered in the video. And if you really want to, you can subscribe for future tanking content and guides in general. The next tanking guide will probably be out tomorrow. And any other things that you might want, please do leave suggestions in the comments, because I really do want to be as diverse as possible with this channel. I'll also be starting up live streaming very soon and hopefully getting stuff together. On one last quick note, if you're fancying any cheap games during this holiday period, then check out the link in my description, because you really will struggle to find anywhere that you can find cheaper games on the internet. And that's about it from me, guys. It's been Neath. Enjoy your tanking. Bye now.